Tell me why I trust Amazon delivery times more than I trust myself. Like, if Amazon says Thursday by 9, I believe them. I will plan my whole day around that box. But what if I say I'm going to start something on Monday? Who's believing me then? Over the years, I've realized that what we think is a discipline, motivation, or habit problem is actually none of those things. What we've got is a self-trust problem, wrapped up in a people-pleasing habit, sprinkled with a little somebody hold me accountable before I wild out attitude. So if you've ever said, I'll start Monday, and then Monday pulled a no-show, or I'm going to do the thing tomorrow, and tomorrow has its own plans, you know exactly how it feels when motivation ghosts you right when you need it most. But here's the plot twist. Motivation is just a visitor. Accountability, that's the roommate. And not just any accountability, though. Internal accountability. Because internal accountability, being able to count on you, is the grown woman skill nobody taught us. We were trained to be dependable for everybody else, but nobody showed us how to be dependable to ourselves. What's up, it's your girl Keisha B, your mediocrity escapologist, here to help you stop living by others' expectations and start designing a life you're actually excited to live. And today, I'm breaking down why you don't trust yourself yet, why you keep outsourcing your backbone, and how to finally build the kind of self-trust that sticks. Let's start here. You don't trust yourself because you've trained your brain not to. And I know this sounds harsh, but stay with me. Every time you said, I'll wake up early, I'm going to meal prep, I finally do this thing, and you didn't, that was a little withdrawal from your self-trust bank. Not because you're lazy, not because you're inconsistent, but because your brain believes patterns, not wishes. Your brain is like, girl, the likelihood of you doing this is given 12%. Meanwhile, you'll show up for your job, sick, tired, coughing, and running on fumes and faith. But you can't show up for yourself with a full tank and your soul moisturized? That's a question I pondered many times. It's not because you don't care. It's because nobody ever taught you that showing up for yourself is just as important. Now, let's talk about accountability, or what I call borrowing someone else's backbone. You see, external accountability feels good. It feels safe. It gives you that, I don't want to disappoint somebody energy. But here's the catch. When the person, the group, the coach, the class, the challenge, when they disappear, your progress disappears with them. See, we were raised on being watched. Do your homework at the table so I can see you. Clean the kitchen before I get home. Finish this before the teacher walks by. We learned how to perform. We never learned how to self-direct. And listen, I get this more than you know. A few years ago, I had a therapy session specifically on this topic. I told the lady, I thrive on accountability. Like, I said it proudly. I believed it with my whole chest. And honestly, it was true. I'm a great accountability buddy for other people. People love partnering with me because they know I'm on it. But the second I didn't have someone checking in on me, child, the whole train derailed. I felt something was wrong with me for that. Like, why do I crave it so much? So I straight up asked her, why do I need somebody watching me to follow through? And man, the clarity she gave me was priceless. I wasn't addicted to accountability. I was starving for self-trust. If this sounds like you too, drop me in the comments. You're not alone. So now let's talk about how to fix it. So we just talked about external accountability. Now let's talk about internal accountability. And it's built the same way you build trust with anybody else, through receipts. Not big intentions, not hype, receipts. And the way you get those receipts, you start tiny. Let me introduce one of my favorite methods, the micro promise method. You'll love it because it's super simple. Step 1, promise tiny, like stupidly tiny. If your big goal is to start doing yoga more often, today, stretch for 30 seconds. If your big goal is to take your vitamins every day, today, just put your vitamins on the counter. Now, if your brain says, girl, that's it, tell it yes. And that's the point. No heroics, just do the small thing. Step 2, celebrate tiny. Your brain needs the dopamine hit, boo-boo. So once you do that thing, say out loud, I did that. Step 3, stack your wins slowly. Keep doing the tiny actions and your brain updates its files and says, oh, she means what she says now. And step 4, optional, but definitely worth doing, make it visible. You need a proof file, notes app, calendar, sticker chart, whatever works. When you start keeping small promises to yourself, something shifts. You stop waiting for someone to monitor you and start becoming someone you can count on. And that's when your confidence changes, your boundaries change, your habits change, your life changes. Being your own accountability partner is the most grown woman move you will ever make. If you're ready to stop outsourcing your backbone and start building real self-trust, the Escapers Lab is where we practice this. Micro experiments, identity shifts, practicing with other ambitious peeps like yourself. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. The link's below. But before you go, I dare you to promise yourself to tell me one micro promise you're taking today. Drop it in the comments so we can celebrate every tiny win together. Now, my fellow escaper, go be your own kind of different. Toodles!